Welcome to Saturday TopUp. Glenn's, well, he's eating his soft-boiled egg as we speak. G'day, Gord.
G'day, guys.
Yeah, a few annoying scratchings, I must say, this morning. 2 mils of rain at Rosehill, more elsewhere, but still well and truly heavy. And, well, there are a few movers and shakers as far as the markets are concerned. Race 1, a Super Bella, a horse that I did mention yesterday, she's $21 into $10. The race looks fairly similar to what we were discussing yesterday, with only Able Hill removed from the race. There seems to be a fair bit of resistance to both horses at the head of the market. I speak of Lady Banff and O'Say. Bit of action on the fair at this stage. Gord, what do you want to do with this O'Say at this stage?
It's a simple decision for me. Off the trials, I think it's the best horse. I'll be waiting for Mounting Yard Mail to give me an indication of whether it's going to handle the wet conditions first up. And if I get confirmation of that, I'll be having a good bet on it.
And GP, you're just waiting to see them?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see them. My thoughts haven't changed too much. I think there's still the 2 winning hopes. And, yeah. Nothing much has changed since yesterday.
No,
Track's the same. One scratching.
That's right. But these two are sort of $4 freely available on the fair at the moment.
I wouldn't worry about any kind of a blow there. They're first up on a heavy track. They're going to be soft in the market.
Yeah. There's only one thing I know that B. Abdullah has been attached to this horse, but I mean we've spoken a lot in the last few months about T. Berry and Hawks. I wonder why T. Berry's, he doesn't necessarily seem to be riding the Hawks horses at the moment, Glenn.
Oh, okay. Mark, it's a great pickup. I hadn't even thought or noticed that. Well, I suppose it'd be easy to have, it's a very fickle world that, you wake up at 3 a.m. to ride horses. Someone says, "I'll jump on there." I fuck off. Next thing, there's a stink.
Yeah, of course.
It makes sense that there's little falling outs. Don't you think?
Yeah. No. Easy enough to happen. Race 2.
You two just said I was eating cornflakes and I'm eating cookie eggs. And I said, well, fucking...
It brings back childhood memories, that. Soldiers, cookie eggs. Awesome.
Anyway,
Okay, race two. Rocca Rosa is the firmer with the fixed odds, $5.50 into $4.20. I can say that the fair's giving you $5 each of 4 in this race. Yeah, so obviously, legwork was dominant over Red Humble and Art Cadeau the other day, but, with the prospect of giving them a bit of a start and a few little bait shifts and the insertion of Rocca Rosa, who Keith Dryden pulled out his other 2, Glenn. Is that of interest, the fact that he scratched the other 2?
Intent for sure.
Yeah. Gordy, expecting any better here legwork than it currently is?
Look, the market's pretty mature for me. They've got the prices right on the top 4 favourites, I'd suggest. So, I'm not expecting a better price because it's proven on the wet track, so I can't see it blowing too much.
I still think it's a great price called Legwork. And now it's 9 runners.
Yeah, it's a smaller field, that helps.
There's no traffic problems.
I'm just hoping to maybe get a little bit of a guide on the pattern in the first race to make sure that coming down the middle there's all right.
Yeah, I mean, that would certainly boost your confidence, wouldn't it? Race 3, no real actors in the overnight markets. The favourite's bound to win. The map shape hasn't changed significantly with the scratchings. Still on above average speed. Perhaps the market would suggest, the scratchings would suggest that Bound to Win loses its cover, which could be interesting, I suppose. I sort of imagine that Miss Redouble will be a bit of a mover and shaker here, Glenn, as there will be players keen to take on Bound to Win, given the slightly up in distance, the up in weight, and the switch from a box seat run to an exposed run.
Yeah, well, there'll be layers for that for sure. And the more I got into this race last night, the more I got a bit confused, guys.
Yourself up.
I grade myself up so bad. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was forgiving Miss Einstein more overnight. I was looking to, is there a few knockouts? Mystery doubles, obviously one of them. Maggie misses a knockout.
Well,
And
she's
even
got the
even high-low bet was driving me cuckoo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying much here. Gord?
I haven't changed. Yet
Just
again,
backing up.
going to sound like a broken record here, but just want to see coming down the middle's all right, and then happy to have a good bet on number one bound to win.
Makes perfect sense. I mean, I can't blame you for saying exactly that, Gord. Race
Ring you
4,
back,
the
mate.
Winter
I'll ring you
Cup.
back. Bye.
I get calls at 9:30 as well. Do you actually advertise what time you do the show?
Unbelievable, isn't it? There you go. Sorry.
He was trying to tell us, Gord, that he only gets one call a week.
Yes, that's
I do.
right. And he gets two calls per show, so he's already up to 8.
All right, this very, very attractive Chris Waller-a-thon. Cars off, $10 into $7.50 is a fixed odds mover. Nothing to speak of on the fair. High $2 Wugok, but not a lot exchanged. So it's pretty much as we were yesterday, Glenn.
As I got through the night, the more I thought Wugok would just do the job like Gord thought.
Yeah, he's got clarity, and you've got some clarity in there too. All right, well, I'll move right along to...
Especially because I think you're going to get $3 about it too.
Yeah, well, you've got to, I think. It was, it was 25s the other day. I think that, that these things are they these
I think
things...
you're going to think before you bet that $3 is short odds, and then the run you're going to think, and at the top of the straight, you're going to go, gee, this is good value.
Well, that's the assessment and decisions we're called on to make. So that's
Gord, do you agree?
It's just
There'll be no chance trading out in runs, sounds like it's going to get control up front. So,
yeah, that is a salient point. Race 5, okay, we lost Mo's Crown. Well, that changed the race significantly. Bring the Ransom, who had the Mo's Crown form, is $12 into $6.50. So I say 12 because that's the adjusted price, and I don't see why any agency can't actually adjust their fluctuations for the reductions. It seems an obvious thing to do.
totally agree, because it gives people a false impression of how big the firm was if they don't do that. Anyway,
this is a decent firm. The most traded on the fair is Rari, around the $6 mark. Gord, how does the scratching affect your position on Rari?
I'm actually really happy about the scratchings. I like the fact that its position in running could be established rather positive at this stage of the day. And I thought that it wouldn't be, it can just posse up wherever it wants now. So,
yeah, well, it's only got to get in front of Edison, really. You look at Malia Magic and switch to designated, like each of them would like the lead, and so you have got a situation there that he does seem to smoke on those two.
There are two key negatives there, which means at the moment I won't get too excited unless I get some extra information later on, and that is that when you top weight first up on a heavy track, there are two key negatives there, but I like the trial. That's Rari I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The trial was awesome. The trial was awesome, good. I think what we picked up on the show yesterday, as far as the marketplace goes, is that the weak point switched. No one wants to be on it.
Well, she's sitting there at $4 ish at the moment. So
expect it to start in the 6s or 7s and blow on the fair.
Glenn, can Edison improve here? He sort of resumed.
Well, I've got him as a very nice horse, Mark, but gee, it's hard to see the improvement to win. I mean, I think he'll improve, but the improvement to win is another thing.
Yeah, but I mean, what is the form here? We're looking at a horse with a 1,000-metre lead-up switch, looking at a horse resuming, Rari. Who's got a last start that actually looks of substance? I mean, Malia Magic is a good little weddie, and she's an honest sort of on-pace trier, but she's very, very, beatable.
Oh, very beatable. I've been potting her every run she came to Sydney and just saying she's a Taree horse. But it's funny when you think they're Taree horse and they keep having another go and another go and another go, they get closer and closer.
Well, it's a bit like Man of Peace, Man of Peace was a dead set bushy, and they obviously gave him the handicappers gave him a bit of a sniff, and he turned into a Saturday horse. It was very strange.
Very strange. I can't wait to see Rari in the parade ring. I've got to say that.
All right, now the first leg of the quaddie, and so there were two key emergencies, or certainly one key emergency, new arrangement getting a run that weren't in our calculations. Canasta and new arrangement. Soldier of Love is sort of $3.50-ish fixed odds. I have to say, I think new arrangement will start favourite here, Glenn.
Wow, that's a big comment, Mark. And why not? I suppose it's super fit, coming back from the 2000 and getting the run. Yeah, maybe.
It is still a bit of a dog's breakfast, this race. Gordy, have you got any last-minute thoughts? $33.
$33, no more clarity. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Glenn, I suppose we'll just have to. I mean, pattern will be key here, and
pattern will be key. Odds will be key, and luck will be key.
Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention was the sniff of money for the getaway with the lead-up form.
Well, I looked at that as pooing the lead-up form, not meaning getaway with pants. But
I suppose that's the other way to play. Well, other way to play it. If Soldier of Love is going to be your $4 favourite, then the getaway was best. Yeah. All right. I can't talk about that race anymore. Race 7, the 1100-metre race. Just a tinge of the speed came out here. Adelong is currently around the $2.50 mark, and Superior is perhaps the best firmer in the race, 7 into $5.50. And we lost Malahat and Miss Invincible, who's 2 bits of speed out wide. So does that help the favourite, Glenn?
Possibly. Yeah, probably.
Anyway, look, she's $3 on offer, comfortably on offer on the fair. You can have, $310 on her, better than $3 at the moment on the fair. So,
I think at 2-1, she's a bet, Mark. God, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the market's about right now. So I'm paying less interest in this race now because I think there's 3 chances: Adelong, Lasses, and Superior, and they're taking up 80% of the market. I'd need to get extra information about the way track's playing. For example, if our adjusted ratings get this track into the slow range, which I think is unlikely, I could entertain a bet on Superior.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of wiggle room, is there, Gord? There, it's to get really keen on Lashes or Superior, you sort of need to pot the favourite, and she's a bit hard to pot, even though she's obviously a touch more vulnerable today because the other 2 were resuming against her last time. The penultimate, Bangkok, $8 into $6.50, is, I guess, a designated weddie that brings a different line to this race. Glenn, what are you thinking at this stage?
Well, I had Bangkok on top yesterday. I was keen yesterday. I'm just as keen today. The scratching of 1 was one of my selections. It was my second pick. So,
Invictus Prince, yeah.
I'm still keen on Bangkok. I think this, Chris Williams, he only gets 1 or 2 rides a day, but he rides 1 or 2 winners a week.
Yeah, she's a bit maligned. Obviously she doesn't win out of turn, Bangkok. She's just pokes around there. She's sort of honest, but
Same comment about every horse in the race, Mark.
Well, as I mentioned yesterday, it's that grade benchmark 94. You've got horses that have been with us for some time, and I suppose a menace or a nemesis of the late autumn winter has been Trumbull, and he will have his fans again today.
Yeah, and he, people will say if he does win, he deserved that, but it just means he got it. Doesn't mean anything.
I'll say stupid shit about it. I know. That's what's hard to take.
Yeah, you can't listen to anything anymore. Everybody's commenting.
Well, for example, Gordon and I were watching the Channel 7 coverage of the Stradbroke last week, and it's just puerile. I mean, such and such has won this race twice, and he's deserved that win, and isn't that great? And I'm thinking that tells you.
What does that all mean anymore? I don't know what it means.
Hey, do you want to have $1 billion bet?
Yeah.
Glenn? Okay, I'll say if Trumbull wins, the donkey will get a mention.
Who's the...
Their pet donkey.
No bet.
No bet, no bet.
I think its name's Bully, isn't it?
Bully, yeah.
Yeah.
I did have a note from Mark Wall through the week saying that they've sacked Kembla. They're not racing their horses at Kembla anymore.
Who's Mark Wall?
Mark Wall, the...
Mark Wall. I thought you said Mark Well.
Yeah, well, that would be interesting if Mark Well was not running at Kembla anymore, but...
Anyway,
That's a nice inscrutable race for the punters there, the second last. And the nightcap, well, lost Bandersnatch, which I think, Gord, you were sort of hoping would be there to oppose.
Yeah, I was loving the percentage it was taking up, so disappointed it's out.
Yeah, Knight of Power 7 into 420 fixed, and Cuban Royale.
Too good you there, good. You've nominated it as the top pick. 48 hours out, $7 into 420. That's gone from being a bet to now you can't back it.
Well, I mean, I've got some on, but
yeah, I know you're sweet. I'm just talking.
Yeah, but I totally agree with you, Glenn. Like, you do want to take a horse with question marks like this on this track in this price range. I don't think you do.
No.
I've clearly got it on top.
I can see myself laying it before they jump, and when it wins, going, "Fuck you, Gord."
I think it's a good horse, man.
Too good.
A good horse.
As does this assist Bold and Wild and perhaps Cuban Royale, who will get forward? It's $13 into 850 because the speed has come out of this race with Bandersnatch and Rhythmic Pulse and good old Poetic Charmer. So you're left with Onslaught, Know It All Jack, poking forward from inside draws. Well, they're both first up. You probably can find a way to say that they'll disappear. So yeah, I'm not sure there's a lot doing up front here, Glenn.
Yeah.
It's a bit
not too dissimilar to the 94 rating race. Like they're going round and round here. Whatever gets the run's going to win the race.
Well, we've got some fresh blood, I think, which Gord's pointed to. I mean, it's hard to see in his first prep, but the trial is just gobsmacking, isn't it?
Yeah, it was gobsmacking. Yeah, maybe fresh blood, but they're still starting to look like the usual suspects.
As we are going to confront for the next couple of months. I mean, we're going to be seeing these horses go round and round, and you're going to be, there'll be a count on how many times you say numbers in each preview show, I think, Lee.
Yeah, there will be a count. They'll count me out.
Do you know some of the boys are making up games when they watch our show? Like every time something's said, they've got to have a shot. They've got their own drinking game now. So, yeah.
Oh, hell, that is so funny.
Yeah. Every time I say pen job or something else or whatever, yeah, and you guys, they've got you guys for your common sayings as well. So, funny stuff.
Right. Okay. So, do we have to put up a responsible drinking?
Responsible drinking, gambling.
That would be torture if we did actually have a show that was sponsored by a corporate, Glenn. Having to mention responsible gambling all the time, that would be sickening.
Anyway.
All right, well, that's the top-up show for Rosehill. Don't forget that if you aren't with us in a subscription sense, there's no reason for you not to be, certainly for a couple of weeks, because the first 2 weeks are free with us and you get a ton of content, 5 shows a week, and a lot of sophisticated content on every Sydney Metropolitan meeting. Jeff's pedigree assessments when it's not tax time, and other bits and pieces as well. So free for the first 2 weeks. You'd be mad not to try it out if you've not tried it out. And in any which way, you'd be mad not to be with us. And don't forget, the chat room is a vibrant hub of very keen beans who love tipping winners, don't they, Gord? They just can't help themselves.
It's absolutely insane on there. Like winners all over the world. We just smash them all over the park everywhere.
Yeah, apparently we have to give Sooty his own show.
Oh, his own show. So not his own channel, he's got his own show now, Sooty, does he? That's our Hong Kong guy, guys, who's just been, smashing them out of the park lately.
Yes, so I guess another month, 4 weeks left of Hong Kong before it goes into recess. And meanwhile, we'll plug through this winter, Glenn. We'll be back on Monday for a look at everything that happened today. We'll look forward to seeing you then.
See you later, boys.
See you guys.